This is www.grDatabase.com, and what I want to do is show you how to edit an existing record and then add a record to a database. We're going to use the music database, and we're going to assume that someone told us Eric Clapton's name is spelled wrong, so we have to change it. So we're going to go in, and first thing we're going to do is find the record that we need. We're going to search for Eric Clapton and only have Eric Clapton's name come back. Now we're going to make this field bigger so we can see, but we're going to say, for argument's sake, that this record, the name's spelled wrong. So we highlight the record and we say edit the item. And when we do, we get an edit window. Now we're going to make this, maximize this edit window to get more screen, and we're going to move this description box out of the way because we're not interested in that. And better yet, we'll just close it, get it out of our way. So what we have here on this edit screen, we have edit groups, and they're represented across the top with their names. Now when you click on an edit group, it opens it up, and then you can edit the fields in it. And when you uncheck it, it closes it, so it gets it out of your way, so that when you edit records, you can choose what to have open and shut depending on what you're editing. Now we're interested in the artist name because we noticed that it was spelled incorrectly, so we're going to put XXX because that's the real way you spell it. Well, we saved this record, we changed it, we save it. Now when we do that, we'll close this window, and you can see that this record's already changed. So this is already online, the change has already been committed online, so it's that easy to change a record. But this is a live database, and I don't want to get in trouble, so we're going to take this record and edit it again, because you don't really spell it with an XXX. So we'll close this description window again. We're going to go back to the record, and we're going to get rid of this XXX. And instead of saving it with this icon, and we will save it with the icon. That icon shows that the record needs to be saved. Okay, we close this edit window, and you can see again that it has been changed already. Now we want to add a record to this music database, so we pick add. Okay, everything's blank because this is a new record. Now we're just going to pick an item ID, just a random number. Now the title, I don't like to type, so I'm going to pick from fields that have already been entered into the database. We're just going to pick Dream as the title. For the artist, we're going to pick, and I don't want to keep this window open and shut, so I'm going to say keep this window open. For the artist, I'm going to pick Beethoven. Now for the format, the only format we have CD and vinyl, but we're going to call it plastic. Maybe we have a different format, so we can enter that. The genre, we're going to say is classical. Now we'll close this window. That's all the information we have about this one. We're going to say this is a good record to listen to in the morning. Okay, so we're all satisfied with our record, but then we realize, well, it would be nice to know if we had a field to tell when it's good to listen to. So we're going to add a new group. And this new group we're just going to call new group. Okay, that group already exists, so we're going to call it something else. You can see up here it already exists. We'll just call it newer group. Okay, you can see it created this group, so we're going to click on it, and we're going to add a field to this group. And the field we're going to call best listening time. You can see that it put the field up there, and we're going to enter the value morning. So now we have our record. We have a new field to show when it's best to listen to this music. We have a description. We have all of our information, and so we're going to say save. Okay, we'll close this window. And now that record doesn't show here, but that's because of two reasons. One, we're searching for the artist as Eric Clapton, so we'll reset these fields. And the next thing we need to do is show private items, because we were showing public items. So we're showing a private items now, and so we just added this record. We double click on the record we just added, and here's our record. So we're going to go ahead and edit this record one more time because we want an image. So we highlight it and we edit it. And here's our information for that record. We're going to pick our image manager. Now these images are hosted at grDatabase.com. We're going to pick an image, just any dummy image, and we're going to move it over to our record. Okay, and now we'll close this, and we're going to preview this record. So we preview it, and it shows exactly what this record is going to look like. Okay, now we'll close this preview window, and we'll say save the. Well, let's just make this record public. So we're going to say save. Now when we made this record public, when we go back over here, when we show public items, our record's going to be down here. Okay, here it is, back being public. But again, since this is a live database, I don't want to get in trouble. We're going to edit this record. We're going to make it private, and we're going to save it. And then we're going to close it. And now it's not in the public records anymore, but if we go over to private, it's in the private records. Now we don't really want that record because this is just a demo, so we pick delete, we highlight it, pick delete, it says you're going to remove it, and we remove it. So we go back to public items, and here's all our music database. All the other databases work the same way to edit and add items, so I hope you got this. I hope that this video was useful, and I hope that you create some databases and get started. Thank you very much, and goodbye.